You might be able to tell. You might not be able to tell, but I just woke up. So, sometimes you have a dream. There's different types of dreaming. There's the ones that you wake up and you instantly forget. And there's lucid dreams where you're like in control. And then there's dreams where they aren't lucid but they're very vivid and you're partially there. Like sometimes you feel like you're in control of your actions, and other times in the dream it feels like you're just being propelled. You're just watching whatever your dream version of yourself is choosing. So I'm going to talk about a dream, but don't get caught up in the dream. The dream is not the important part. If anything, you could skip the whole entire dream and go to the reflection or the analysis, because that's what's important. So I just woke up and I was dreaming about something strange. It was like a school similar to my high school, but not quite. I've been having a lot of reoccurring dreams of like school for some reason. I'm not even in school, but the teacher was a teacher that I've never had before. There were people that I know and that I went to school with in the school, but some of them, it was a high school, but some of the people that were in the dream were people that I knew from elementary or middle, and then like say I saw them outside of school, and so I knew what they look like. I know what they look like, but I didn't actually go to high school with them. So it's like they were just cameos or some shit. Now, that's not what's important. The main part of the dream was I was in some strange math classroom, I believe. And so basically it was a brand new teacher. He was a person that he was similar in demeanor to a teacher that I've had before, but he was honestly just someone that I never met before in my entire life. And so we were having our good old fashioned day, and there were these two females in the classroom, and I don't know them. They were like my mind created them. And so you know how a classroom is. Typically when the teacher leaves, it goes into chaos. So the teacher left. Now, I don't quite remember what happened, like, verbatim, but to some extent, we started arguing. I was arguing with these two females, and then there were people in the class that I was cool with that took my side, that I could kind of confide in and be like, these bitches are dumb. And then, for some reason, when school ended, I left, right? And there's like these stairwells. And so I was walking and I walked down the stairs, and like from the top stair my vision just went like blurry, and I was just like seeing light in the dream. It was strange. And so I kind of just fell to the very bottom stair. Like instead of walking down all the steps, I just like kind of magically ended up at the middle ground in between the stairs, where it's like a stairwell and you go down this way and you go down that way. So that happened on the stairwell. I saw someone that I knew on the stairwell from high school, Big Kahuna. He was on the stairs. But I walked out, and then there were a bunch of buses, but my friend who graduated before me, he kind of used to come back. He was like, Joel, wait over there. I'll take you home because we live close to each other. Now the strangeness is, but it was my high school, right? But the car line was my middle school car line. Like when the buses pull up and then they start allowing car line to come through, like there's usually like 10 minutes where, okay, if you don't get on your bus in these 10 minutes, you're getting left behind. But there's no cars allowed to come in, and so everyone is waiting. The whole school's waiting on the buses. But for some reason, I was in my elementary slash middle school car line instead of the high school one. It was strange. Honestly, those types of happenings, I feel like they're recreated from your memory and all types of random things. Okay, but beyond that, this is the part that got kind of strange. So the two females that I was arguing with, that seemed like kind of like my adversaries, or they would be an antagonist in this stream. For some reason, we like, I don't know what happened in between, but we just completely stopped fighting. And they wanted to get a ride home from the person who was giving me a ride. We we didn't even end up running into him. Like, we just left school grounds and walked. And we ended up at a store. It was like Walmart, but it was outside in the parking lot. And then we walked through the parking lot and we ended up in some strange like warehouse. And one of them had started a fire. And I was like, "What are you doing? Don't you know that's arson?" I said that yesterday, something about an arsonist. So I could see why that would have occurred. And so we put out the fire, and then I woke up. But that's just the dream. The dream does not matter. What I'm here to try to understand is, why do you have the capacity to create entities that are so believable as someone other than yourself? Like, of course, throughout my day, I interact with so many other forms, well, with so many other things that aren't myself, of course. So, to an extent, I guess there's like formulas that I could make up that kind of could encapsulate confrontation with other people or dialogue with other people, sure. But in your subconscious mind, if you can create a entity that is so different from oneself that is an unrecognizable person, like if you could create something like that unconsciously, then how come it's so hard when you wake up to consciously make decisions or consciously do things you know are going to better yourself? I don't know. It's like, why would I have the capacity to have such a whimsical or out there dream? It's like, that's strange. You know, I was in my dream, well, back to the dream. There was one person that I saw from middle school. I think I already said that. Why? Why was she there? It doesn't even make sense. Like, last time I talked to her was middle school. No, not middle school. It was like senior year. But we didn't go to school together, so I don't know. It was just strange. Why do you have the capacity to create, like, subconsciously you can create what seems to be a whole person? Like, it's literally not you. Like, it's not you. Of course, it's all in your head, but the things that you were doing, like, sometimes you even create an opposition, like a force that's literally trying to stop you from achieving your goal. Like, that's, like, you can do it in your subconscious, but then when it comes to real life, if there's something I need to get done, like, why is it so hard? Like, how come I can't just bite the bullet and get something done when I literally have the capacity to create a whole ass person? It doesn't make sense. It's like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, why can you unconsciously create a whole world and it seems to work perfectly fine, but then in real life you struggle every day just to make the right decisions? It's like, why am I not as perfect as my subconscious? Why is it that when I'm conscious I'm not reaping the benefits of my subconscious so much so as when I'm dreaming? I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just a bunch of questions. So I can't really draw this video out because I don't have the answers to give. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out. You guys had weird dreams before. Maybe you can tell me about them. Maybe I'll read them in the comments. Peace out.